Hi and welcome to the forest and to my first video. Today it's all about the brand new Olympus OMD E-M1 Mark III. I had the privilege earlier this year to test this camera for Olympus Switzerland, and now I think it's time to show you why I work with this camera as a wildlife photographer. Let's see. Hi, my name is Andre Boss and I'm a professional wildlife and nature photographer and Olympus visionary from Switzerland. As I said before, today it's all about the Olympus E-M1 Mark III. As a wildlife photographer, I choose the camera for many different reasons. Of course, a good image quality, a great AF system and much more things. And this camera has so many features to offer. For example, the new Starry Sky AF or the Live ND filter, and even the handheld high-resolution shot is great. But I want to break it a little bit down and just tell you what I need and what I'm looking for when I buy a new camera. My first point is the new processor. You may ask yourself now, why is this important for wildlife? True. But it's important because the processor has to analyze all the information and transform it to a real image. So when I went home after my trip with the new camera and I looked at the computer, I thought the images looked much more clearer and sharper, even in the darkest part of the photo. So I have to say, the improvement is really there. I don't know what they did with the new processor or the data, but it looks very, very nice and very, very clear. But let me show you some photos and maybe you think the same. Photographing animals, it's all about speed, and this is for me, my brain, my finger, my eyes and the camera. So Olympus made my life a little bit easier with two new buttons. This is, for example, the ISO button and the joystick. The joystick is very cool to have now, because when you look through the viewfinder and suddenly you need to change your AF points, the joystick helps a lot to do that in a very quick way. It doesn't matter if it's a group or a single point, you can adjust this very, very quick and efficiently. Let's talk about the AF system. I know this is a very, very important point for you and for me. I believe there is an overall improvement from the E-M1 Mark II. It feels quicker and more precise than before. I even tested the tracking again. I gave it another chance. Normally I was using the continuous AF only, but during my tests I make a combination from the continuous AF with the tracking, and even with that I had more sharper and better results than before. You can now even program your own AF points, which is very nice too. For example, you can do 4 or more horizontal points and 3 vertical points, or even more as you like. Maybe you can even program a smiley, but that doesn't really help you in making good photos. The face detection is improved too, and to test that I went back out in the forest to try what the face detection really can do. So let's go out again and see what happened. Welcome back outside. Now it's time to test the image stabilization and the improved face detection of the E-M1 Mark III. I'm holding the camera in my right hand and the camera is fixed on a tripod, so it's really no gimbal used, it's just the stabilization of the camera. And when you use face detection, you can see a white square that is around your face and you could immediately see if it's fixed or not. So let's see. The face detection does a great job. So as I explained, this white square is always in my face and it's never jumping around as it should be. And there's actually not much to say about this fantastic image stabilization from Olympus. You can see a little bit of shake, but I can live with that. That's really okay. Good test. I think it's perfect. Let's go back to studio. The next feature for me, which is very nice to have, is the USB charging. I cannot even remember how it is without that. Usually I take 2 to 4 batteries with me when I'm on the road. But having the option to load my batteries with the power bank, for example, is really a lifesaver, because I never know what's going to happen out in the wild. The build quality of a camera is a very important point for me. And this is not only the weather sealing, this is also where the buttons are placed on a camera to reach them in a very quick way. I believe the weather sealing is the best in the market from Olympus, because since I'm working with these cameras, I never had any problems. If I photograph in the rain, in the snow, with sand or everything, the cameras worked all the time in any conditions. So this is really a great thing to have when you're shooting outdoors. So as a conclusion, I really love to work with the E-M1 Mark III, and the camera gives me the same freedom as the bigger brother, the E-M1X. And if you ask yourself, should I buy the new camera or upgrade from my E-M1 Mark II? I think there is nothing really that should stop you from doing it. So this was my video about the E-M1 Mark III. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments or write me a message through social media. Until then, I wish you always good light, please stay healthy, and see you next time. Bye bye.